The opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints expressed on today's radio show and their guests do not necessarily reflect the opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints of Easy Way Broadcasting.
Looking to grow and align your brand with celebrities and other established brands? Your brand is all about your entire customer experience. Everything from your logo, your website, your social media experiences, the way you answer the phone, to the way your customers experience your staff. So why not let us help you get your branding right from the start? At Easy Way Promotions, we are a new class of professionals providing first-class online branding, promotion, social media, website development, editing, graphic design, public relations, media, SEO, and online advertising.
Welcome to Radio Boomers Live, the show about all things human from a baby boomer's perspective. All things hot and all things not. News, reviews, interviews, chat, text, and what's next. And here are your hosts, Reatha Gray from Betty White's Off Their Rockers, and Easy's dad, Jim Zuley.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Radio Boomers, Livers, Easy Way people. Reatha, are you on with us?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Wow, you can't help but waking up with a smile on your face when it's when we're dealing with this kind of weather, right, Reatha? This is wow. This is amazing. Look outside, 78 degrees. I can handle that. And
absolutely.
The only thing I can't handle is how fast this time's going by. You know, we're looking at summer.
Speaking of talking about time going by, somebody had a birthday. Somebody had a birthday. I won't mention his name, but his initials are Jim Zuley. Happy birthday, Papa Zuley.
Oh, God, I'm trying to put the brakes on Reatha. What happened was my brother and his wife came out from Chicago, and they took us out. Eric went with, and we went over to, a nice little restaurant, had some steak and that, but that was a little premature because they had to fly back. So the actual birthday is August 6th.
Well, someone's going to have a birthday. Someone had a birthday party.
Yeah, we had a birthday party.
And tomorrow you're going to have your actual birthday.
August 6th, 1940. You know, it's funny, Reatha, you ever had this happen when you fill out a date and it's the day of your birthday, but you accidentally put down the year? You're supposed to be putting, instead of putting down 2019, you put down, August 6th, 1949, and they look at you funny like, what's that? Anyway. I don't know. So
true.
I guess we got to move along.
Congratulations for having another birthday. And we won't be on the air tomorrow, but our thoughts and happiness for your birthday will be going on anyway. I saw the video on YouTube of your birthday party and saw the cake with the big 7-0 on it.
That was cool. That's definitely reminding me of where I'm at. I thought I could kind of hide it and think, okay, it's my 40th birthday. That's not going to happen when you see 70 all over the place. But
no, it doesn't quite work that way.
Yeah.
We'll move on to hot topics. Our hot topic music is
ripped from the headlines. Today's hot topic.
Well, the news is especially tragic this weekend. El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio are both mourning active shooters. It's overwhelming. It's absolutely overwhelming, and it's gotten to the point where they don't do wall-to-wall coverage anymore, which is kind of good because it is so stressful to watch every moment of breaking news. But I just want to say we here at the Easy Way family, Radio Boomers Live, our hearts and our prayers go out to those who have been affected. We've all been affected, but especially for those living in El Paso and in Dayton. And I just wanted to go over real quickly just a few tips regarding these types of situations. When you're in public places nowadays, it's just going to become the new normal. that you have to be aware. You have to know where the exits are. You have to keep up with your people. You have to plan where, if there's an emergency, you'll meet afterwards. There were people that were scrambling, looking for their the rest of their party in both incidences. And it's a terrible thing, but you have to plan for these things. Also, if you see something, say something. If somebody's behaving strangely, if they're making threats, don't automatically dismiss it as, oh, they're just talking. No. If you see something, say something. And in the aftermath, we all have to de-stress. We can't live in this kind of stress every day. We can't be afraid to go out. We can't be afraid to be in public places or public spaces. So we have to de-stress. So do the meditations. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. Relax, get enough sleep, and take care of yourself. But we do have to stay calm and just know that God's still in control. And that's my hot topic, Jim. What's your hot topic today?
Well said, Reatha. President Trump called for stronger background checks in the wake of the mass shootings in El Paso, Gilroy, California, and Dayton. And he also said, in one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy. That's what the president said. And, our prayers at Easy Way, all of us, for all the victims and their families, a terrible tragedy. And let's really, like Reatha said, maintain, try to get some peace and tranquility in our lives and forgiveness. Moving on with the news, good news for the job market today. Job reports show the U.S. economy continues to create jobs at a stronger pace. Unemployment is at a 50-year low at 3.7%. There's basically no reason why you should be unemployed. There's thousands and thousands of positions still open. There's just, and then you can learn a trade. The continuing saga in Hong Kong, protesters fill the streets. Police are under pressure to contain all the demonstrators using tear gas and so on and so forth. It's the China's mainland influence is growing, and they're combating that. Russian police detained more than 300 opposition protesters in Moscow to demonstrate free elections. And what's happening is they just can't hold down all this stuff that's going on in the world, in the free world, and that through the internet. Some people needing their medical insurance to cover expensive medication treatments like chemo and so many others are being denied coverage, even though they have first-class insurance. The reason? Insurance company may require the patient to use a certain pharmacy. The pharmacy may deny the request because the drug prescribed by the doctor did not follow protocol sequence of medication set by the pharmacy's guideline. Now, how can you believe that one? Wow. A new study using bomb radiocarbon dating described a fish that they found, a big mouth buffalo fish. It's the species is 112. It turned out to be, after the testing, 112 years old. The oldest fish ever found. The largest fish in the world, of course, is the whale shark. Now, we're talking about fish here, which weighs in at 20 tons. And the largest mammal in the world is the blue whale, weighing in at 200 tons and 100 feet long, which is heavier than 3 Bradley tanks. The U.S. Census reports that the median personal household income was $59,000, and the average personal debt was $38,000. 80% saying they live paycheck to paycheck. After a few, a lot of protests going on down there in Puerto Rico, and they have a new leader, Pedro, Pete Lundquist, and if I pronounce that right, but he faces a lot of challenges with all the misconduct, mismanagement, and debt they have. He's going to see if he can get that out straightened out. The population of the U.S. is 327 million. 83 million are millennials. Baby boomers are estimated to be 77 million. The most popular, when activities go, it looks like television is still number one. Feds cut interest rates to keep the economy on track. The decision to cut rates at 25 basis points for the first time in 6 years marks a dramatic shift in the economy. And we're looking at 3.625. So it's at a 30-year rate. So if you're looking to buy a house, this is the time to do it because that lowers your rate. President Trump signs bill ensuring 9/11 victims will never run out of funds. And a data breach at Capital One affects 100 million credit card applications. And with our weather, we're looking at a heat wave that hit Europe, switched over to Greenland, and is turning the surface of Greenland into slush. In the U.S., we've got our own heat wave, temperatures up to 115 degrees in the Midwest and East Coast. And Reatha, I'll tell you what, it goes on. And now, Tropical Storm Eric delivered big swells into Hawaii. And there's a flying car tested in Japan that actually got off the ground and lasted for a minute flying around. After Reatha stepped out, she said she enjoyed the ride. Is that true, Reatha, or no? That was true.
If I had a flying car, I wanted to fly for more than a couple of minutes, okay?
Yeah, and that wouldn't get you to where you want to go. But I'll tell you a lot of news. I try to
Not
cover
at
in a
all.
short amount of time, but I guess with that, we got to move on because we're going too far again to a commercial.
All right.
And commercial time. We'll see what we got going on here. Did my Boomer Boost this morning.
Looking to grow and align your brand with celebrities and other established brands? Your brand is all about your entire customer experience. Everything from your logo, your website, your social media experiences, the way you answer the phone, to the way your customers experience your staff. So why not let us help you get your branding right from the start? At Easy Way Promotions, we are a new class of professionals providing first-class online branding, promotion, social media, website development, editing, graphic design, public relations, media, SEO, and online advertising to give your business the competitive edge to stand out. Our highly experienced experts will not only help you increase your online presence, but also provide you with a proven online strategy to help you increase the value of your company and make acquiring new customers easier. So what are you waiting for? Contact us today and let us help you grow your business exponentially.
For more information, contact 424-209-9290 or visit easywaypromotions.com. That's letter E, letter Z. We also encourage you to like our Facebook page at Easy Way Promotions.
Boomers Forever Young is really making a name for themselves as an exciting nutritional company with products that really work. People from all over the country are starting to take notice. Their whole-person approach to health and wellness, combined with their unique array of powerful natural health products, are setting them apart from all the other companies in the nutrition industry. Their customers love the one-on-one free consultations and the results they experience. Sound a little too good to be true? Then go online to boomerboost.com today and sign up for a free consultation with a product specialist, or just give us a call at 1-800-861-4609. Again, that's boomerboost.com, or call 1-800-861-4609 to join the thousands already experiencing the benefits of Boomers Forever Young products.
And you're taking your Boomer Boost, Jim?
Yes, indeed. Reatha, I do my Boomer Boost. I'll tell you what, I just like clockwork, I do my Boomer Boost. So, Reatha, we want to be healthy, right?
We want to be healthy.
We want to be healthy, and I'll tell you what, we have a guest, and talking about, what's the term, Reatha? Getting into the heart of the matter, or getting into the whatever, the inside. Our guest today, Alan Attridge, is the kind of individual that he's into healing, but he's into healing in the deepest level here, the cellular level. He's the founder of the Quantum Health Human Research Institute a nonprofit that compiles up-to-date research of the, you're talking about beneficial chemistry from fruits and vegetables and fungi. They do the research on this at a cellular level. Alan has made healing his life, his in-depth research on a cellular level. He's highly knowledgeable, and he's asked to speak at Harvard and Yale, and we have to pay attention because it's the inside, it's the cellular stuff, healing from the inside. Alan, you on with us? I'm so excited to listen to what you have to say here.
That's good.
Do we have Alan on? Okay. I'm going to have to reach out to the engineer and make sure he's got the right number. So it's healing.
I was going to say, I heard some motion in the background.
Alan,
are you there?
Hold on for a second. I'm going to.
There he is, I think. Alan, are you there?
Let me.
I thought he was there.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm going to hold the show together for a second. I'm going to make sure that he's calling the right number. Hold on a second. All right, let's see what we got.
Okay, Alan. Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'll just kind of vamp for a few minutes. We all do want to be healthy, and there's so much to know, and so many people and so many voices. So I really feel fortunate that we're going to have Alan on today.
Hello?
Because
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Alan, are you there?
Alan, you on with us?
Alan, are you there?
I heard his voice. 692-726. Let's see.
He may be calling from a cell phone and not getting a clear signal. For those of you that want to know the inside undercover thing here at Radio Boomers Live, we do this all on phones. So sometimes we hit glitches.
Okay, Reed?
Thank you for calling. Please leave a message after the tone.
Okay, you want to disconnect the line?
Hello?
Oh, hi, we're calling for Alan.
No, this is Deedee O'Malley.
Okay, I guess we have the wrong number.
Hello?
Okay, thank you.
Can you hear me? Yes?
I can hear you.
Is this Dr. McLeod?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No.
Uh-oh.
Yes, is this Alan Attridge?
Yes.
We got you.
Okay, this is Reatha Gray from Radio Boomers Live.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Now, Reatha, can you hear me?
Nice to meet you. You're on the show. I can hear you. Alan, I want you to know, first of all, you're on the show live right now.
Okay. I heard
Alan?
the introduction, and I'm ready to go. I hear you.
Okay, great.
Reatha, do you hear me?
So, yeah, we hear you, Jim. So, Alan, tell us a little bit about what your research is and what your institute is all about.
The Institute, well, I'll go back to the beginning of why it all occurred is even though I have a background in microbiology and food science, I was introduced to a scientist had a fungi a mushroom that was originally in the wild growing on trees, wood, or plants, brought into the laboratory, and over a 38-year period his team at the university, which was in Taiwan, developed new strains because they use different substrates, such as fruits, vegetables, or herbs. And when they used different substrates, the mushroom were considered new strains, and they had different chemistry or unique chemistry or improved chemistry. And when they fed it to transgenic mice and rats with tumors, the tumors would go away. And they were trying to decipher all the molecules as to the why, what, and how.
I think we lost you again, Alan.
I'm here. I am here.
Alan, are you calling in on a cell phone?
I think he's calling on
yes.
a cell. Okay.
Okay,
Alan,
Jim, do we have you?
Well, I'm here. Do you hear me?
I hear you.
I don't even know if you actually have me on the air right now.
So, Alan, do you
Radio Boomers, what can I say? We live in this wonderful age of gadgets, and there's always a way for something
you want me to call
fail.
back?
So I'm not sure if it's Alan's phone. I'm not sure if we're having technical difficulty.
I will call back right now on a different phone, actually.
Okay.
Try a different phone.
And now, Reatha, are you there? Do you hear my voice?
Interesting there. I am assuming that he was going somewhere with.
Yeah. And Reatha, can you hear my voice? Okay. So we're going to have Alan call back in. Okay, so anyway, healing on a cellular level, and I had several conversations with Alan. What I've discovered is there's so much we don't know about as far as nutrients and taking too much and not taking enough. It's just eye-opening because we want to be healthy, and you have your health at 30 and 40, and it could start fading a little bit if our diets are off over the years and we're taking in too much sugar and too much processed food and so on and so forth. And then over the years, it catches up. And it seems to be don't let this go to your head, but one of the magical years seems to be 68, 70 years old. And that's the catch-up time. It doesn't mean you have to let down your guard at 30 or 40. You have to always keep on top. But that's what I've seen. And all of a sudden, your face.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Alan?
Yes, I'm back. I'm calling from a different phone, actually, so maybe that's different.
Well, anyway, I was just sharing with the audience how people over the years, when you're younger, you let things go because you can't tell that you're, eating the wrong foods, processed foods, and this and that, because you feel fine. But then it can start catching up to you and causing troubles when you get in the baby boomer category and so on and so forth. And that's what you deal with, is the cellular level. And what was it that kind of brought you into this? Because you dedicated your life to health and everything. What was it that kind of got you to the point where you're doing such in-depth research?
Well, it all happened as if you heard the earlier story of this scientific team at a university asked our team to collaborate and try to decipher the chemistry of why tumors were going away when they were feeding a specific species of a strain they cultivated in the laboratory. And it brought me back because I had earlier education, academics, and nutrition and food science and cell biology. So looking at all the vast chemistry that they shared with us of what they knew, we determined that it was just too enormous for a few teams to do the research, because if you're trying to find why tumors go away by eating a certain food, some foods, as you know, have thousands of molecules, and it can take years, many years, decades, or 100 years or more to figure it all out. Yeah. So we decided to then collaborate with others by who else in the world is doing research in this area? And there was over 100 universities and institutes doing so, but we found 6 that were doing similar studies using the same approach that the university in Taiwan was using and having great outcomes with animals with tumors and tissue studies. So we then collaborated, and for 2 years each team learned more as well as become more focused in the research. And if you go to our website, you'll find you'll find the chemistry that's outlined. We have a high-level description for a researcher or for a physician, as well as for the general public. Wow. Our whole goal is to save lives, or prevent disease, and to eliminate famine in the world.
So when you come across a cure, when you come across something that helps, it takes years to get it approved and so on. After all the research you do, it's not easy, is it, getting it out there on the store shelves?
Well, that is true. Food is food. As long as natural food or health food or things in nature, you really can never patent because the chemistry is too vast as a whole. So even the FDA would say, well, you can't make any claims or representations, such as eat a strawberry or eat a raspberry, which has wonderful chemistry, but and we can do studies on specific molecules, but we can't say anything about you should eat strawberries because it's good for this, this, and this.
Yeah.
We can't say it has good in vitamin C, but we can't necessarily say it's a cure or it'll prevent disease. But in the 1950s, Dr. Wallach and also in the 1960s proved that most disease in the world is caused by malnutrition or insufficient minerals, vitamins, or nutrients. And so you need a balanced diet. And other than a balanced diet, as we both know, the soil has been over-farmed in the past 60 years, 70 years, 75 years, as well as the use of pesticides, which has brought toxicity to the soil. So you're not getting the most nutritious fruits and vegetables that you may have 100 years ago or 150 years ago, even more so, because then there was really not even air pollution. So getting back to, as you know, that's why we have the organic food industries that was started, for the purposes of making sure that the soil is clean or the air is clean and pesticides are not used on the fertilization or to prevent pests such as insects from consuming the food. But scientists have found natural ways of fertilization, natural ways of preventing pests from attacking crops and so forth, which should be the first choice. Going back to what brought this all about is we formed the Quantum Health Human Research Institute for the purposes of compiling all the science from those we work with and anyone else in the world, and to articulate it so it can be used, so we can provide education for healthcare professionals as well as the public. There's thousands of studies. They say today there's 10,000 new published studies every year, and there's no way that any of us, or even physicians or medical groups, can keep on top of all the published papers. And yes, some papers are not totally true. The National Academy of Sciences said, there's some cheaters, or they cheat on some of the reports for the purposes of getting more funds. But there's a lot of good reports and commentary in the industry as to, well, this is real, this is false, or this is good. So you as an individual or as a patient or as a physician can get on the internet and do research. And there's some great, on our websites, we do have some great resources, some links, and
so
quoting
how would our
other physicians and nutritionists and gurus in the health arena that you can research and even contact directly.
This is amazing. So how would our listeners contact you as far as your information regarding your site, your website?
Well, we have a which is like a Q&A website, I call it. It's called MyCall. That's MyCall, discoveryseminar.com. And that gives you the background as all the things I just talked about, as well as a Q&A, deciphering, as well as summaries as to, where the first focus is fungi. We have some Q&As and podcasts, as well as interviews, as well as others, and we'll be adding a lot more there. We are building a bioinformatic database for the purposes of providing education in collaboration with other databases, and so it's available to a university, public, or to a physician as a tool, so they're more informed, and they'll see that maybe other alternatives or other approaches or other protocols and most natural for the purposes. We are compiling a list of all the diseases in the world, such as the World Health Organization, but what we're also listing with those is we should have that done by the first of the year of 2020, a list of all the natural protocols and combination of natural protocols, as well as all the drugs that are used in the treatment of disease on the planet Earth.
Wow, that's amazing. Alan, we're out of time for your, but I'd like to have you back about 20 times because there's so much information you have. And you,
I was going to say, and can we get the website? Can we get the website again before he goes?
Yes, the website again is M is in Michael, Y is in yes, C is in cat, O is in out, L is in like, discoveryseminar.com. And if you want to call in, you can call 267-355-3925.
Well, thank you, Alan, for coming on. I know you're an extremely busy person, and this is healing from the inside for sure. And it's going to be a game changer for getting people back on track. And I would like to have you back someday, but the clock moves on. Time to roll along here, but thank you, Alan, for coming on and sharing all your information. And with that, Reatha, I guess we're moving into a commercial, or we're going to go right into Carmelita's Corner. Let's see what happens.
Well, have a good day. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you,
everyone. Thank you.
Are you tired of doing business the hard way? Is building your business taking too much time and energy? We can help. Introducing your ultimate solution, EasyWay Business Membership. We're a full-service digital marketing solution specializing in branding and marketing, advertising, and introductions to CEOs and influencers that can help your business thrive. Problem solved. Now you can hire our award-winning team to work for your business. We've received many prestigious awards, including the Digital Trailblazer Award by Hollywood Weekly magazine, and we've been recognized by Congress. For just $11 a day, you'll get more exposure, reach more clients by next month, guaranteed. Here's how it works. You pay one low annual fee of $4,000, and you'll receive consulting, branding, marketing, advertising, social media support, product placement, and business introductions to help your business grow exponentially. And if you need more, we offer SEO, commercial, TV exposure, and much more for an additional rate. To recap, for just $11 a day annual membership fee, you'll receive branding, consulting, business-to-business introductions, advertising, and social media support. But don't take our word for it. Here's what our customers say.
We've been working with EasyWay Eric for the last 6 months, and literally we are slammed with work for 2 months straight, so his marketing definitely works.
To learn more, visit EasyWayNetwork.com or contact us at 877-399-2929. And don't forget to follow us on social media. On Facebook at EasyWay Network, Twitter at EasyWay Broadcast, and YouTube at EasyWay TV.
You are about to experience Carmelita's Corner. Carmelita's song Rosebud made it to the top 40s with the godfather of soul, James Brown. She's the founder of the Rose Breast Cancer Society. Now here's your host, Carmelita Pittman.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Coming your way. All right, we've got a special guest this morning. Her name is Deedee O'Malley, and oh my, has she got a story to tell. She is a wonderful lady. I've known her for many years now. Haven't seen her in a while, but we've reconnected through Artists for a Better World. But she is a wonderful, wonderful singer, songwriter. She's an award-winning, best-selling author. She's a producer, and oh my, so much more to tell you. Let's bring her your way. Good morning, Deedee.
Good morning, Carmelita. How you doing?
All right.
Thank you for having me on the show, and I'm so excited to tell you about Waiting for Johnny Depp, the musical, the Broadway, headed for Broadway. And we're finally in New York City this summer, and we have the star of Les Miserables, Hairspray, Wicked, the one and only Donna Vivino playing the lead. And this is a show that I wrote with another songwriter named Janet Cole-Valdez, and actually Betty Ross Bloomer wrote some of the music with us. So she did some of the arrangements for the music. So this was the story that happened from being in the music business, and that's what kind of originated the whole musical.
Well, that's amazing. And, of course, many people know who Johnny Depp is, but for those who may not be familiar, can you tell us about who Johnny Depp is?
Well, Johnny Depp in our musical is really a symbol for just about anything in life that you really want badly. In this particular musical, it centers around a girl who will pretty much risk anything for a part opposite Johnny Depp. And she is up for the role. She actually is up for the role. But they keep switching directors. And every time they switch directors or producers, she is told that she needs to do something different, either lose weight or cut her hair or change her accent. And she's busy twisting herself into a pretzel trying to get this role the whole time. And in a nutshell, alienating everyone she loves, including her brother, who loves her just for her. And he winds up getting very sick. And I won't tell you exactly what happens, but she has an epiphany about what really matters in life, and that family and your friends and the love you have for them and spending time with them is very important, and helping people is very important. And when she becomes this really wonderful person instead of this obsessed actress, that's when she gets the role. That's when she gets the part. And there's a wonderful song at the end of the musical called What Really Matters, where it's kind of like a tear-jerking thing. There's not a dry eye in the house. And we're very excited because Donna Vivino she was actually the witch in Wicked. She was Elphaba in the Broadway musical Wicked, and the best Elphaba you've ever seen, if you know the play or the musical. One of the greatest voices I've ever heard. And everyone in her family is actually a celebrity. Her father is the saxophone player on Conan O'Brien, and the whole family is very, very musical and very talented. But she has been on Broadway since she was 8 years old. She was the original Cassette in Les Miserables at 8 years old, and has had an incredible Broadway career. And now she is starring in our musical, which is extremely exciting. It goes up August 17th to the 25th in New York City at the Teatro C Theater on the Lower East Side. You can get tickets at waitingforjohnnydepp.com. And you just go to waitingforjohnnydepp.com and you can click on get tickets and buy just about as many tickets as you need for whoever you want to bring. We're very excited. We've got lots of producers coming, and we've already got somebody who wants to take it on its way to Broadway. So we couldn't be really anything better happening in my life right now as an artist.
Well, Deedee, this is so exciting, and I'm glad you got all of that in, and I hope everybody was taking notes. We really want people to come out and enjoy and support what you're doing, and I want to give you congratulations right now on the air, and so well deserved. I've been watching you for a long, long time, and I had no idea, my darling, I had no idea until I read your bio how accomplished you are. Oh, my goodness. Let me just give the audience a
taste.
Take
a second to thank Mary Walsh, Cindy Walkoff, Tom DeCandy, Ann DeCandia, Jason Williams, and Pat Fifield, my writers, Janet Cole Valdez, Betty Ross Bloomer, and everybody who has really pushed this show from its inception up to where it is right now, because without a village, you really can't make something happen. It really, truly does take a village. We have quite a
that's
village.
true, yeah, and obviously you have your team together, but I wanted to also let the listening audience know that you yourself are an accomplished talent, singer-songwriter. You have a best-selling book, 10 Easy Steps to Writing a Song, and you've also been a recent recipient of the Los Angeles Music Awards Singer-Songwriter of the Year. Oh, boy. That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it was it's very funny because I have another book called The Lemonade Maker, and that's all about the funny things that happen to us in the music industry. And how we can take those hits sometimes and we can turn them into something really beautiful. And Waiting for Johnny Depp really is a story of making lemonade out of some of the worst lemons you can imagine. My writing partner and I had been promised a very big deal in the record industry with a company that is so huge. If I told you who it was, you wouldn't believe it. But I'm going to leave them out of it.
I bet you I would.
Anyway, we were promised the sun and the stars, and basically what happened is the deal did not happen after many years, and we wound up just putting our attention on writing this musical because we wanted to take all the angst and frustration of going after something and having it not happen, and so we wrote this play about this woman going after this role and having it not happen, and really in the end, it didn't matter because when she got her attention off herself and started helping her friends and her family and loving people outside and putting her attention on what really mattered, that's when she gets the part. And now that's happening to us because my writing partner and I are those kind of people. We love to help people. We like to be connected to the world around us and see how we can help anyone around us. And that's why we do art. Art is important. So I would imagine that's one of the reasons why so many great things are happening right now for us as well.
Oh, yes, that's true. And you are a giver, Deedee. You know, there's two kinds of people, the takers and the givers. And, you are a giver.
I feel that way about you. I feel that exact way about you.
Well, I do what
you are a giver.
I try.
It takes one to know one. Takes one to know one.
Oh, boy. Well, I wanted to go down the list, too, and, of course, we'd be here all day long if I gave them all the list, but just to give people a little sample of some of your accomplishments, you have opened for some of our biggest household names, like Glenn Campbell, for example, Stephen Bishop, Al Stewart, and you've also shared the stage with Leanne Rimes, Patti LaBelle, Willie Nelson, and Kenny Rogers. Can you tell us what it's been working like, working with those people?
Well, you know, it's really an amazing experience that came out of just being out there and connecting with people and performing live. Almost everything that I've gotten in my life came from the people that I knew and connecting with people and performing live a lot. Another quick little story. is I was actually performing at a car wash, which was the last place in the world I wanted to perform. And I remember performing there thinking, what am I doing here? But my friend convinced me that it was a good idea. And there was nobody at the car wash. There was one woman, and she didn't want to hear me, and she had her fingers in her ears, looking at me like I was playing the devil's music. And I packed up my gear, and I was on my way out. And this guy named Barry Wise said, "Hey, I love your music. I'd love to buy a CD." And I was in such a bad mood from that show. I gave him my CD because I didn't even feel like selling it to anyone. I just gave it to him, and he wound up giving it to the producer of the CBS 4th of July celebrations, where Glenn Campbell was the headliner, and they had just lost their opening act. So he gave that CD from that car wash gig that I did. He gave that CD to the producer of that show, and I wound up getting a call at midnight saying, "Do you want to open for Glenn Campbell?" And that wound up being, 6 years of opening for Stephen Bishop, Chris Cagle, working with the Bus Boys, all these major acts, because I did a silly show at a car wash, which was the last place in the world I wanted to perform. So my advice for artists out there is any gig is a good gig. Don't ever walk away from a chance to pick up your guitar or play your piano or sing for somebody. Don't try to qualify how good the place is that you're playing. Just get out there and perform. You never know what's going to happen. And that is a story from my Lemonade Maker book.
I love that story, Deedee. And you remind me. When you have the music in you and you just want to sing, And I remember being in the Department of Water and Power paying a bill, and there was a long line that I was in, and in walks this man. He had a wonderful voice. He sounded like Lou Rawls or somebody, and he was singing at the top of his lungs. And I thought, oh, my God. And I couldn't help myself. The next thing I knew, we were doing a duet for the whole Department of Water and Power. Everybody standing in line, they're looking at us and the people behind the windows. But when we got through, they were all smiling. Everybody was happy. We put on a concert right there, You just never know,
I love that.
Where the Spirit's going to lead you, And I can remember years ago taking out my guitar and serenading everybody on the NTA bus, but that was a long, long time ago.
I love it. And by the way, anybody out there listening, if you have a story where you had something kind of weird happen to you or something almost terrible happen to you, and you realize in hindsight or even in the moment that it might have been the best thing that ever happened, you lost a job, you got a better job, your boyfriend broke up with you wound up meeting the love of your life, just email me your story at thelemonademakers@gmail.com, thelemonademakers@gmail.com, and I will send you a little gift in return. It's a little surprise, so go ahead and send me your story.
Okay. Well, listen, keeping one eye on the clock. I don't know what happens to the time, Deedee, but please give them your website again, how they can get to see your musical, and we want to hear some of your music on the way out.
Yes, any New Yorkers out there or anyone heading towards the East Coast that want to see an incredible musical, go to www.waitingforjohnnydepp.com. Get your tickets now. August 17th to 25th. There's only 5 shows with the outrageous Broadway star Donna Vivino.
Well, again, congratulations, Deedee, and thank you for being a great guest on Carmelita's Corner on Easy Way Network.
Thank you, Carmelita. You have a beautiful day.
And thank you, Carmelita. Carmelita's Corner, always great guest. And Reatha, the time goes by so fast. I just can't believe this. Remember,
it
guys.
Does. I was inspired by her story about there's no job too small. I'm always telling people there's no such thing as a small part, just small actors.
Exactly.
So that's, just another proof.
And you mentioned how at times change so much in today's world with the technology as far as getting these parts and so on. It's even more difficult than it was. It's not just the line at the place where you're applying for a job. Or a part, but it's the online competition. So that's dealing with a lot of stuff there. More numbers to deal
Absolutely.
with. And regarding our guests, sometimes we'll have individuals at certain locations where they don't get a good connection. And if you're in the Big Bear area or a place like that, and there's sometimes a difficulty.
It can be in the heart of the city, depending on your carrier, and you just can't get a signal. It's a mess.
Can't get through. Yeah, it's amazing. But very interesting, Alan, really interesting, inside cellular information. That's what it's all about. And with that, Reatha, I guess let's move into our report here.
Tech time. We go to tech time.
Sounds like a winner.
Smartphone, cell phone, PC, Mac, tablet, iPad. That's right. It's tech time.
We are living in a very stressful time, even as I talked about earlier, and just day-to-day living, is pretty stressful. I live in LA. We have more traffic, more crazy people on the road than ever before, and it's a very stressful day. Even if you love your job, just getting to work is an experience. I had someone the other day, I was driving down the street, and I was getting ready to make a left turn, but I was going very cautiously. It was a very small side street, and I was turning into someone's driveway. They were in such a hurry, they were trying to go around me, and they almost hit me. I didn't see them, but the poor woman who I was picking up did. She was stressed out the rest of the trip. It's very stressful. We cannot live stressed out all the time. And one of the good things about smartphones and our electronic devices is they all have something that can connect you to mindfulness and meditation and deep breathing exercises. And I used to not believe those things worked. I really didn't. But I have learned in the last couple of years, meditation works. Just clearing your mind, coming home and just sitting there for a little while, clearing your mind, not thinking about dinner, not thinking about what you're doing tomorrow, not thinking about all the work that's waiting for you at work, just clearing your mind. Deep breathing exercises. You can go to the App Store for any type of device, and you can find breathing exercises. You can find mindfulness exercises, and it really does relax you and calm you down. And even on your smartwatch, it'll tell you when to stand up because your body gets tense just sitting for hours at a time, which we do tend to do. And it'll tell you just stand up and walk around for a minute. You can set your smartwatch or your Fitbit or whatever to tell you how many steps you're taking. Are you getting your 10,000 steps a day? It really does help distress you. So we're always saying, I don't have enough time for this. You've got 5 minutes to do breathing exercises. You've got 2 minutes to stand up and walk around instead of sitting there for hours at a time. You've got 15 minutes to just meditate. Meditate on those things that are good and pure and lovely and of a good report. And you will see your stress levels and your blood pressure levels go down, and that smile will come back on your face. So that's my tech time, and let's move on to Jim's Gems.
That's me. And I'm going to touch base on a few ways I'm going to follow.
Okay, baby boomers, it's time for Gems from Jim.
And what Reatha was saying is true. Just follow these procedures. And I found one on Guillaume.com, 15 ways to be healthier. And more and more research is showing that the key to lifelong good health is what experts call lifestyle medicine. making simple changes in diet, exercise, and stress management. To help you turn that knowledge into results, they put together a manageable list of health and wellness suggestions. And they ask a neuropathic physician, a dietitian, and a personal trainer to tell us their top simple ways. So I'm just going to go through these real quick. Number 1, think positive and focus on gratitude. Research shows a healthy positive attitude helps build a healthier immune system and boost overall health. Your body believes what you think, so focus on the positive, and we say that the way in which you think determines the outcome. Eating your vegetables. Shoot for 5 servings a day with the vegetables. Set a 5-meal deal. What, where, and how much you eat can keep both your metabolism and your healthy level steady, elevated, so you'll have more energy all day. And, of course, number 4, exercise daily. And this is a big one. You've got to keep moving. Did you know that daily exercise can reduce all of the biomarkers of aging? This includes improving eyesight, normalizing blood pressure, and improving lean muscle, lowering cholesterol, and improving bone density. That's just a daily exercise. Doesn't mean you have to go spend a lot of money on gyms and all that stuff, but walking and stretching and just keeping moving, and some kind of exercise routine. Oh, this is one that I'm afraid I'm not too good at. I get a big F on this one. Get a good night's sleep. Oh, yeah, I go to bed sometimes at 1, 2 o'clock, even later, and I'll get up at 6 or earlier. So I get a good 3 hours sleep a night. If you have trouble sleeping, try relaxing techniques such as meditation and yoga, or eat a small bedtime snack of food shown to help shift the body and mind into sleep mode. Whole grain cereals with milk. Oh, that's good because I do that. Oatmeal and cherries, or certain types of tea. Well, all this helps. So now I'm going to go on into another list. Number 5, check your food, TUDE. Check your food TUDE, whatever it is. When we eat and how we eat are linked to a complex. It's a healthy approach to eating is centered on a savoring flavor, eating to satisfaction. Eat like a kid, be a picky eater, use foods over supplements, and because you have to eat, supplements are good, but you have to eat too, and get satisfaction by what you eat. I believe in that, Reatha. Both eating and physical activity are fun, sensatory experiences, and both aim and for pleasure, no pain, not pain. Pay attention to the nutritional value of the foods you choose to eat. And, the processed foods, Dr. Dante Sears would remind me, don't eat the processed foods. All that frozen stuff that you get is not good. So, and she recommended, the natural stores. And I go to Sprouts, and that was the recommendation she made. And I'm into the organic food and the grass-fed beefs, and I'm sticking to that stuff now. And I'm, like all these breads and pizzas and that, and the pasta turns to sugar. Well, just that little bit of information makes you shift a little bit, and it puts you on a more healthier track. Well, I got to take a breath, Reef. A lot of information, and it's stuff that we just got to keep in tune with and follow. And I'm doing it. I'm changing. I don't have the Pepsi anymore with the burger. I'll have a glass of water, and that's fine. After a while, you get used to it.
Baby steps. Just take baby steps.
Reef, and I'll tell you, we got 50 nominees for the August 30th Gold Carpet event. Go to easywayawards.com. First class dining, we got 50 nominees confirmed. 10 Easy Way legends. We got CEOs, founders of companies, sports legends, celebrities.
Now the event. The event sold out, right, Jim?
The event is sold out. Just telling people about it. It's.
I know. That'll teach you. If you don't get it early, that's just it. Yep. If you don't get your ticket early for an Easy Way event, you might not get a ticket. So next time, you better take advantage of all those early bird tickets because there may not be any late birds.
That's right, yeah. Go check out the Easy Way Television Network, Easy Way TV at Easy Way TV. 5 programs and movies on there. Now subscribe for all the Easy Way Network TV and updates. Search Easy Way TV on Facebook and like the fan page. Join the group because by joining the group, you know, there's steps to membership. You got the membership offers access, exposure, influence. And I'll tell you, Reatha, this is going to be exciting. And like you say, they see the hype. They see all the stuff going on. And Eric has a reputation for delivering at his events. When so-and-so said to be there, he will be there. And that's the word that's out. And he does it the real way, the easy way. And it gets exciting. But sometimes people procrastinate. They'll go, well, I'll get my ticket. And they turn around his events, and they're sold out. And this one was sold out quick. And more and more people. Yeah, they're coming to the table. They want to get on board, but I mean, they're just kind of out of room. Like we're out of time. That time goes so fast.
Absolutely. But wow. I'm going to turn it over to you and Gerald Kane for you to do your baby boomer benefits. And I will be back next Monday at 10 a.m. with Radio Boomers Live. And you guys have fun. I'm going to be listening in because I want to hear those tips too.
Thank you. And seniors and veteran benefits, which so many of us are missing out on.
Hello, Jim. Hello.
And on the boomer benefits, welcome. For your segment there, everybody's so anxious to hear so many of the things they've been missing out on, and you're getting us back on track. So here he is.
Well, good morning, Jim. Can you hear me?
I got you. Good morning.
Good morning, and happy birthday.
Thank you. I my official birthday is August 6th, but you know, Eric will put something out.
Oh, that's tomorrow. Happy belated early birthday.
Early bird, yeah. I had some relatives come out a little early because they flew out from Chicago and they had to go back, so we celebrate a little bit early. And
wonderful.
But here I am at 70, and I'm totally ears open to hearing what you have to say, and I'm starting to realize I've been missing out on stuff.
Well, this is Baby Boomer Benefits, and it's all about helping people legally and financially determine how they can plan appropriately to obtain various government benefits, such as veterans benefits and Medi-Cal, and also how to be able to, financially plan so that they can not have their entire estate wiped out by long-term care costs, or, they can meet their retirement needs. So on previous shows, we've actually talked about qualifying for a VA pension, where you can get over $2,000 a month in tax-free benefits. And we've also talked a little bit about how do we qualify other benefits such as Medi-Cal. So we're not going to focus on how do you actually qualify for these benefits today. Today we're actually going to talk about why you need to have a power of attorney, and not just any power of attorney, but a good legal power of attorney as part of your legal and financial strategy. You see, if you're incapacitated due to a car accident, an act of domestic terrorism, or due to an illness such as Alzheimer's, your loved ones are going to be unable to pay your bills, to be able to manage your accounts, to be able to work with banks and have access to those things. And what happens is you end up having to go to court in what we call a conservatorship, which is a very, very expensive and time-consuming proceeding that is just so easily avoided by having a power of attorney. Actually, let me give you an example. We had a client whose spouse, they had no ability to sign documents due to his spouse having advanced Alzheimer's, and he was managing to pay for her care with her IRA at Fidelity. Well, Fidelity somehow found out about it, and they froze the account. And they had no estate plan or power of attorney. So Fidelity froze this account, and he came in to see me and said, well, how am I going to continue paying her bills? She needs care on a regular basis, and we got to pay for the caregivers. So we ended up having to go to court to make sure that he would be able to have the access to the funds that he needed for her ongoing care. So this is just an example of why having a power of attorney is so important. And what I'd like to cover, if we can do it in 10 minutes, is what is a financial power of attorney? When should you sign it? Who can and should be your agent? And most importantly, what is a powerful power of attorney that can provide for flexibility and long-term care planning? So that's kind of an overview of what we're going to try to cover today. So, I imagine that everybody out there has a power of attorney, and, if you don't have one, it's important that you put one in place. But remember, it's important to have the right kind of power of attorney, because it can be the single most important legal document that one person has. Because with it, you're able to sign contracts on somebody's behalf, or tax returns, or sign on real estate contracts, deal with banks or financial institutions, and also it can give you the ability to restructure assets in the event that you need to qualify for veterans benefits. Maybe you have too much income, or maybe you have too much assets. If you don't have a power of attorney, we're going to be stuck. We're not going to be able to do many things, and we have a lot less flexibility in what we can do if there is no power of attorney in place. So, I know we're covering a lot, and Jim, do you have any questions so far?
Well, I'm just jotting down notes. Although, guys, remember this is archived, and I'm a listener. I'm not just co-hosting with you. I'm just taking this all in, because you got to remember I'm in that category. But
right.
Remember, this is archived, so you guys can go look this up after the show is over and get all this information, because this is priceless. So continue on. I don't want to interrupt you.
Oh, yes, definitely. So, this show is Baby Boomer Benefits, but this document is critical for not only for baby boomers, but for anybody. Because at 18, people sometimes ask me, when does elder law begin, or when should you do an estate plan? Well, you should do it at 18, because at 18, you're able to make your own medical and financial decisions. And if you don't have these powers of attorney in place and something happens, you're, in an act of terrorism in the middle of a concert at Vegas, and all of a sudden, you have no capacity, there isn't going to be anybody in place who can manage your assets. So what is a power of attorney? It's something that allows an individual that you name, and that person is called the agent, to be able to make financial decisions and other types of decisions. And with it, it can avoid going to court and court actions. And as I've already mentioned, most importantly, it can provide flexibility in the ability to qualify for veterans benefits of over $2,000 or Medi-Cal. Now, it's a myth that you can sign a power of attorney anytime, because you can't just sign it anytime you choose to, because you have to have what we call legal capacity. So it's important that you don't procrastinate, you don't wait. You've got to do this while you have capacity. You've got to do this before you're too sick to talk or write, or be able to understand what's going on, because if you don't do it before you lose capacity, guess what happens? You end up with no plan. Somebody's going to have to go to court to be able to manage those assets. And, it's important that you have a well-thought-out power of attorney. And there's a huge difference between estate planning attorneys and elder law attorneys. So sometimes you want to make sure that you've actually met with an elder law attorney, because, a power of attorney that isn't well thought out can not only be ineffective, but it might be counterproductive in achieving your overall objectives. So here's some important tips and things to remember in a power of attorney. First of all, the power of attorney must be durable. And what does that mean? That means that the power of attorney is available for somebody to be able to use it when you lose capacity. A non-durable power of attorney, which, often people will pick up a form at a drugstore or, at their local UPS shipping center or whatever, because they think, I need a power of attorney. And a lot of times those forms that you pick up are not a durable power of attorney. And if you're not sure, come see me or another attorney to make sure you have the right power of attorney in place, because a non-durable power of attorney, basically you are unable to use that power of attorney if somebody loses capacity. So it should be durable. Now, should it be immediate or what we call springing? And, attorneys and people have debates about this. I like to try to make my powers of attorney immediate. And what does that mean? That means as soon as you sign it, the person you've named can act under that power of attorney. You don't have to go and find 2 doctors to say you've lost capacity. So what's the benefit of an immediate power of attorney? Well, it's pretty obvious. If it's immediate, nobody has to go and find those doctors, which, as you know, it's pretty hard to get doctors to agree on anything. It's pretty hard to track them down. It's pretty hard to get them to cooperate to fill out the forms necessary to say that you've lost capacity. And sometimes, there can be a huge delay where bills aren't being paid, you're not able to access accounts and be able to handle the financial matters that you need. The downside is that, immediate powers of attorney can be misused. So you really have to trust the people you've named. And if you don't feel a comfort level in the person you've named in the first place, you might not have wanted to name them in the first place. So, you have to think about, should it be immediate or springing, only effective if 2 doctors, for example, say you've lost capacity. And I try to make most of my powers of attorney immediate because I've had experience where it does delay things and it's difficult to find those 2 doctors. So again, if you're not sure whether your power of attorney is immediate or what we call springing, come see me or another attorney to make that determination. And also, one other thing to consider is make sure that you, if it's appropriate, have a powerful power of attorney, or what I like to call an elder law power of attorney. But you don't have to be an elder to have a powerful power of attorney. And what this does is it adds some additional flexibility and language into the power of attorney that will allow somebody to assist you with qualifying, for example, over $2,000 a month in veterans benefits or Medi-Cal, especially if you don't immediately qualify due to that you have too much in the way of assets or income. Because remember, the VA program and Medi-Cal are both examples of programs that are means tested, which means there are certain limitations of assets and income. But don't let that stop you from making sure that you qualify. And we can put you in a position where you're able to qualify today or as quickly as possible. So come see us and we can help you with that. And I know we're starting to run out of time, but the last thing I'll mention is that, who should be your power of attorney? Well, anybody over the age of 18, spouses, children, relatives, friends, your CPA or attorney, for example, but think carefully, who do you want to be in control? Do you really want your son Marvin in control? He started 16 different businesses, including 4 retail stores, 6 multi-level marketing schemes, 3 franchises, and 3 real estate deals, all of which have gone belly up. And each time he came to you and asked you to finance each one of these, he asked you to bail them out when they failed and has gone bankrupt twice and owes $120,000 in back taxes. So is this somebody you would want to be in control if you lost capacity? Even though he's your son and you love him, maybe you want to think twice about naming somebody like that to be in control. So really think carefully. Make sure that you put the right person in place, somebody who would be able to manage your finances and affairs properly and make the appropriate both legal and financial decisions. So where can you get assistance? Give us a call. at 818-905-6088. We'll be happy to answer your questions over the phone, and we do normally have a consultation fee. But remember, mention you heard us on Baby Boomer Benefits Live, and we are going to waive our consultation fee. So come in. We can take a look at your existing powers of attorney or your existing planning. And if you have none, now's the time to do it. Don't wait, because if you lose capacity, you can't do it. So do that. Give us a call at 818-905-6088. And if you are interested in learning more about veterans, remember, we are coming out with a book shortly. It should be published by the end of September, called Unraveling the VA Benefits. And you can get a free copy by texting the word VET, V-E-T, to 818-532-5332. I believe that's the number. And you can get a copy there. So anyways, I think we're almost out of time here. And
Radio Boomers Benefits, amazing, Gary. And I'll tell you what, I've got my notes, and the time goes so fast. So Radio Boomers Live is going to be signing up, but we appreciate all that input. And this is a goldmine information for you. Have to get on it. Like Jerry says, you have to get on this right away, because the more you wait, the more you lose. You hesitates, right?
That's
you snooze,
correct.
you lose, whatever analogy you want to use. But thank you guys for coming on Radio Boomers Live with Jerry, Reatha, and Carmelita's Corner, and thank you, Alan, for coming on the show. So till next week, Radio Boomers Live will be signing off. Keep moving, keep active, keep the faith. And Radio Boomers Live for now is out. Next Monday morning, guys. See you then.
Thank you for listening to Radio Boomers Live with your hosts, Reatha Gray, Star Betty White's Off Their Rockers, and Easy's dad, Jim Zuley. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Radio Boomers Live. Radio Boomers Live is brought to you by the Easy Way Broadcasting Network. That's the letter E, the letter Z, Broadcasting Network.